Is this thing on? Some of you out there really need to, I don't know, just put a stinking thumbnail on your video. So welcome back, you little idiots. It's me, Joe Riety, and let's talk about something that a lot of you are not doing that you should probably be doing. That is putting a thumbnail on your video. Some of you are probably thinking out there, oh my gosh, thumbnails take forever. I don't know how to do them. I'm gonna have to pay somebody because I have no design skills whatsoever. I am all of those things too. Creating a thumbnail for me took a lot of time and effort at the very beginning, but I was trying to figure things out and didn't know where to start. So I'm gonna show you how to make a free thumbnail yourself in pretty small amounts of time. Listen, there's no better word than the word free. Maybe freedom. See what I did there? Pretty just interwove words. Listen, I'm no expert. I am not good with colors. I don't know what matches and things like that. But I do know that you need a thumbnail that kind of pops. And I'm getting better at them, but I'm not great. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not an expert. But you at least need some sort of thumbnail for your videos. If you're going to make a video about a product, something you're doing in a video game, you got to have something that gets their attention other than just a random picked picture from your YouTube video. Some of you out there will pick the ugliest thing in the middle of your video and just slap it on the front as a thumbnail. I mean, look at this. Some idiot put their thumbnail like this one time and I was... That's me. If you let YouTube select your thumbnail, it's going to be blurry. It's going to be some picture just taken out of context with the background of whatever was going on at the moment. Who would click on this picture? Oh, well... I mean, other than people looking for that sexy beast back there. You know what I'm talking about. The truth is, nobody would click on something like this. But you might click on something like this. Bright in your face does something scary right there. Is that a booger? Oh boy. So let's get started in showing you how to make a YouTube thumbnail. First off, you're gonna need a nice picture of myself to put on the thumbnail. Now let's make a nice pretty face for the camera. Some of you might have noticed that my hair is a little different. That's because I had to stop recording and then pick it up again later, and I had gotten a haircut in the process. I did my own slow-mo. So let's start with step number 1. The very first thing that you should do is download Gimp. Gimp is a free picture editing software that you can download, and it's really kind of neat. Once you've downloaded Gimp, install it on your computer. Open it up to the screen that you're seeing right now. So the first thing you want to do is open a new file. So go to File and click New. It's going to show up with some numbers for your width and your height of the picture that you want to work with. So what we're going to do is actually make the picture size to the YouTube thumbnail size. Typically, you're going to make this YouTube thumbnail 1280 by 720. Now let's go to advanced options, and this is what I like to do. I like to make the background transparent. That way, you know, it leaves some empty space behind everything you're working with. Blammo! There we go. We got checkers. So let's find now the pictures that we took of ourselves earlier. You remember those. And we're gonna open it as a layer. Now here's how the layers kind of work. Imagine you're starting off with a blank piece of paper, and then when you want to add something to this blank piece of paper, instead of drawing on that piece of paper, you're gonna have some other picture that you've cut out or something, and you're gonna put it on top of that piece of paper. Now you've got multiple layers, and then if you need to make changes, you can just change one little layer at a time instead of messing up the whole blank piece of paper that you started with. Hopefully that made sense, because in my brain it seemed to work, but you know, vomiting it out to you might not have worked so well. So we're going to open as layers, and we're going to find the picture that we made of ourselves, and we're going to open it up. Is that the picture I saved? I could have sworn I took a bit of... No matter, we can still use it, okay? So the first thing you'll notice is that this picture's a little big, and it's a little out of our, box that we put it in. This picture is taken at a bigger size than the picture that we are making. So we're going to shrink it down by using the scale tool. So once you've clicked the scale tool, we'll click our picture and we're going to scale it down to 1280 by 720. And now we can move it. If we click the move tool, which is that cute little cross on the side there, just click your picture and move it where you want it. And now we've got a bit of a problem. We've got this black background behind the picture of me and a chair in the picture as well. So let's get rid of all that garbage. So we're going to use the free select tool. This is the tool that lets you select things for free instead of paying. So let's click that tool, and if you hold Control and use your mouse wheel, you can zoom in. Too far. You can use the mouse wheel clicky thingy. There you go. To move around your picture without moving the picture all over the place. And we are going to zoom in and start cropping out this nastiness. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to make up for that later. You can actually hold the button down instead of clicking it over and over and over like I'm doing. But, you know, just doing this for speed. I don't even give a crap. All right. That eyeball. And there we go. Try and go a little past your picture. And then connect the dots. Blammo. Let's zoom back out, and then you'll notice that I've got those cute little marching ants surrounding my picture of myself. Ooh, this is fun to do. Look at this. Oh, it's like I've got neon lights or something. If you cut this right now, and I'm going to hit Control X to cut it, it's going to cut me out of there. I don't even want to cut me out of there. I'm too gorgeous. So we're going to undo that, and we're going to invert it so that instead of cutting out what's on the inside of the selection, it's going to cut out what's on the outside of the selection. Control I, and then Control X will get that crap out of my town. And one thing that some of you might notice is that we've still got the marching ants, which is kind of a pain to deal with sometimes. You can select none, which is Control Shift A, and that will get your little marching ants out of the way. You don't have to worry about it. Now, some of you might have noticed that if you do move the picture around, whatever was not in frame is still on the picture. Not to worry, my little idiots. We can literally take the select tool and go around that area in the fastest way possible. Get it out of my town. Now I'm gonna scoot it over to the side, but I want it nice and big so that when you see this on the thumbnail, you go, wow, that looks like a smart guy. Let's start with a beautiful little background. Right here is your foreground color and your background color. We are gonna make a nice, beautiful gradient to go across the back here. So now that we've selected the colors that we want for our background, we're just going to drag the gradient across, and I like it. Once we add a few more things to the picture, you'll see what's going on. We are gonna duplicate this layer, okay? So that means I'm gonna take the picture of myself and make another one of it. And we're gonna do a little trick that I use to make a border around myself like you see in all these big thumbnails. So let's duplicate layer. Boop. This is how the layers work. The bottom one is what goes on the bottom and everything else lays on top of that. So we're not gonna take the top layer, we're gonna take the bottom layer and we're gonna make it a little bigger. Let's scooch this layer on the top over just a little bit. Don't forget to save periodically so that you don't lose your work. Thumbnail. 1. Now that we've scooted him over, what we're gonna do to this layer, we're gonna scale him up a little bigger. We're gonna adjust the color. So let's go to brightness and contrast. Turn up the brightness all the way. And now we've got this solid white image that is a mirror image of the one that we have in front. We're gonna scooch him back over. Let's line him up evenly with the bottom of the thumbnail, and look at that. And if you want to tweak it, you can actually go over here to where the scale tool is and start transforming this image just a little bit. And look at that. A nice border that surrounds our image. Now we just need a couple of images to throw in there to show you what the video is about. So if you want to put text in your picture, just add some text with the text tool and make the text box as large as you want. And we're going to type something in here, but we're going to make it nice white letters so that you can see it bright and clear, and set your font and set your size of your letters and start typing and see if you like that. Free thumbnails you can make. Make our box a little bigger and perfecto. But there's a bit of a problem. The T is a little blendy wendy in with that border. Looking at this layer, we are going to add a filter to it. Light and shadow, drop shadow. And I'll show you what this is doing now. There's actually a shadow underneath the letters, and we can bring the darkness of those shadows up to where it stands out just a little bit from the background. And that's with the opacity. Boom, easy. But we're gonna go a step further, you little idiots. We're gonna go to light and shadow and add a long shadow. Now it's showing a different color in here, but we don't want that color. We actually want, I like a kind of a charcoal black look because it seems more retro to me. And you can adjust the angle and length of the shadow because right now it's very, very long. We don't want it to be that long. Gives it a nice, cool 3D effect. Love it. Now it's nice and separated from my face. Scooch our thumbnail picture over just a little and my border. We've got a pretty poppy looking thumbnail, but we need to let people know what's in this video. So we're gonna find the logo we downloaded earlier. Wow, it's huge. Scale it down. All you have to do is right click these things and they'll change. Click our Gimp logo, shrank that bad boy down. And now we just have to figure out where we want to put this guy. So here's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna scooch me over just even more so. Scooch the letters over for a final little tip to give a little effect. So let's go to the background layer. Filter, supernova. We're gonna make it white and we're gonna move it behind our little Gimp logo. Not too shabby, huh? I think it's poppy and beautiful and in your face. And there you have it, ladies and germs. You've got a simple thumbnail that pops a little and hopefully relays to your audience what's going on in this video and what you're using. It's a picture of you, a picture of the software that you're going to be using, and it tells your audience directly what's going to happen in the video and what they can learn out of it. For the final step, export it. I like to hit export as a PNG. That's usually a good file size to use for a YouTube thumbnail. Export. Thumbnail 1. Export. Now the thumbnail is ready to slap into a YouTube video, and man, it doesn't take long at all. Once you get down some shortcut keys, that's the biggest tip I can give you. And once you get started doing this, it is super fast and super easy and very intuitive. If you've got any questions, what I did in this video and what you can do in your videos, just leave a comment. Huh? I answer people. And that's how you make a quick and easy thumbnail. Is it professional? Of course not, because I'm an idiot and I am not a marketing, designing, beautiful, clean making dude. But I'm gonna tell you, that thumbnail to me got a good little pop to it. Good little picture. Look at that beautiful face. So thanks for watching. Make sure and follow me here on YouTube. Give me a subscribe, give me a like and all that, because I'm going to be getting ready to do some live streams shortly. And I was streaming on Twitch. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of dodging Twitch right now because of the DMCA stuff and some other things that I already have started dodging Twitch for. And thanks for watching, you bunch of idiots out there. Start putting thumbnails on your videos so they look beautiful and not like this.